Yo guys, we're back for another episode of FIFA 19 Career Mode with Bolton Wanderers. Starting off today's episode with another game in the Championship. Hopefully they're trying to come out of this one with the 3 points against Preston. Like I say, not one of the best teams in the league. And hopefully we can prove that in this game and get ourselves the 3 points out of this one. As you see, we are at this point of the season, sat in third after 30 games. So I don't think that's too bad, to be honest. We're playing quite well and getting the job done clearly. As you see, sitting in third, it's a lot higher than what I imagined would finish, to be honest. So I wouldn't be surprised if we did end up dropping off that little bit or whatever like that. But if we don't and we do remain in this position, would be absolutely fantastic if we could do that. But whether we do not that or not will depend on games like this, whether we win or lose them. As like I say, we were going out for this one for the win. As Preston, even though they ain't the best side in the league, we still have some very threatening players on that side. Callum Robinson being one of them, and Shane Maguire up front, as they do get the first attack of the game, with Barkhusen and getting it inside to Maguire, who plays a little 1-2 with him. He whips in a cross, and it ends up in the back of the net from one of the men that I have just mentioned in Callum Robinson, getting the goal to make it 1-0 to Preston. And honestly, it wasn't a good start. It wasn't a good start. Nonetheless, even if this first goal did go in the second, like literally nothing happened in the first half. It was so poor. Neither team could break each other down. And then as soon as we kick off in the second half, they come forward, get themselves the goal that they thoroughly needed to get themselves moving, or just to get this match moving, to be honest. Like I say, it is Callum Robinson that gets the goal. And honestly, like, with a team like this, we really should be beating these. But we were struggling very much, to be honest, with Van Buren coming forward, giving it to Lowe. He gives it to Joe Grounds on his left-hand side, gives the ball down the wing to Van Buren, who passes it into Wiltshire. He turns his man and gets taken out as he does so. And that does mean that we do get a penalty. Ben Davis getting a yellow card there, as you see. We, like I say, at this point, neither team had done enough to really get the win. At this point, it was tragic. This game was so bad. But as you see here, Will Buckley steps up, takes it, and puts it in the back of the net to make it one apiece in the 74th minute. Honestly, like I said, neither team deserved to be winning this game. Even though Preston had got the goal to put them in front, and that I guess makes them more of a team to get the win because they had put their chance away. But if you was just counting it on like chances created and stuff like that, neither team was playing well enough to even get a look in at them sort of things. As you see, we do get, and it takes us a penalty to get our goal. But at the end of the day, a goal is a goal, and that is the main thing for us. As we do now try and pass the ball out of the back, trying to get it forward. As a little 1-2 with Oshchuma comes forward, plays the ball through into Tyrese Campbell, who is open through on goal. He takes the shot, it hits the bar, and Wiltshire gets his second chance, and he puts the ball in just way over the bar. It was a tragic shot from Wiltshire. He really should have done a hell of a lot better. And he tried to hit the defender, like so we got a corner or something from it, but he didn't do so. And the score does end at one apiece. Not a good performance from us at all. Really should have done a hell of a lot better. We didn't create many chances, and the chances we did create were absolutely tragic. Like I say, the only chance we really had was that one that we did put away from the penalty. And that was the only decent chance of the game, not just because we got a penalty out of it, but it looked like a promising attack. Other than that, nothing really happened, to be honest, as it proved from how many clips there were from that game. As we do go into a training session to try and boost the players' confidence and actual ability to do anything in this next game away in Birmingham. Hopefully they're trying to get the win out of this one again. Birmingham, I believe, are not doing too well this season. I'm not too sure, so don't quote me on that if I'm wrong. but it is a team that I'd love to see do well. Because when I was younger, when I first got into football, I can remember them being in the Premier League and stuff like that. And I wish they'd be playing well enough to get up into them sort of positions again. It'd be brilliant to see them there. But maybe at some point in this career mode or in a different one, we'll take them over instead. As they were actually a team that I was thinking about doing. It was either them, Bolton, or there was another team as well that I cannot remember. But it was between them three, and I ended up going with Bolton. Like I say, it was basically all. I think it was Blackburn, the other one, to see like the three teams that were in the Premier League, not the only three teams that were in the Premier League that went down into the Championship since I started watching football, but they were the main ones that I actually wanted to, and actually looked like a good career mode to make out of. But anyway, we do come forward on the first attack of in the 21st minute, getting forward with Luke Murphy dancing his way around the defenders, giving it to Jason Lowe. He turns his man with a little cheeky side chop as he takes the shot there. Luke Murphy puts the ball wide of the post. It wasn't a very good shot there from Murphy. Should have done a hell of a lot better with, like I say, the space that he's been given in. As you seen in the last episode, he got a chance, but he had a lot of space. And even though they are outside the box, a little bit more difficult to finish, he should be putting that one in the back of the net. But, or at least on target is the main thing. As we do come forward on another attack with Olawoski giving it to Sammy Amiobe, who plays it into McGuinness, gives it to Bella, he finds Musavalo on that wing, takes the shot, and finds the back of the net to make it 1-0 in the 28th minute. His first goal for the club in one of his very few starts he's really had this season. Like I say, he isn't like my main start player or anything like that. I like to switch the players up nonetheless, but he did start this one, and I was very thankful that I did start him as he finds the back of the net with a nice little side of the foot finish into the back of the net, past the keeper. And I was a lot happier seeing that go in the back of the net after the game that we had, like I say, not creating many chances. I was very happy to see that one go in the back of the net. As we try and come out of our own half here as we give the ball away. Shea Adams, a player that I definitely would like to sign at some point in this career mode, gives the ball off. They take the shot, but it does go well wide of the post. It was a silly angle to take a shot from, really. He should have done something a lot more creative, maybe tried to get the cross in or something. He didn't do so, and I wasn't complaining because the score remained at 1-0. As they do start to put us under a little bit of pressure now with Davis giving the ball off to Jota, who gets into the box, gives it to Shea Adams, who gives it to Lukas Jutkovic, gives it back to Adams, and this time the defence gets in the way and gets his body on the line to turn it behind for a corner. As you see there, the shot gets taken and David Vita sticks out a leg and gets us out of the danger for a second as it goes behind for a corner. It gives us a bit of a chance to recuperate, but they do whip the ball straight into the box. As they get the ball clear, it comes to Scar, who passes it in. It's Lukas Jutkovic who gets the goal. It's not Jutkovic that gets the goal, it's Shea Adams that gets the goal. It was Jutkovic that laid it off to him. And like I said just moments before, he is a player I'd love to have at some point in this career mode. He looks like a really promising player, English player as well. Good striker, but at the moment we've got some good players in the side and the team's performing well. And I believe he's quite expensive. But as you see there, the gap pretty much opened up for him. After he took that shot, he turned away from Beavers. And literally, it was an easy finish. He got left in acres of space after he turned Beavers. And it does mean that they were back on level peggings at this point. 8 goals this season now for the number 9. And they do, again, like I say, start putting us under a lot of pressure as they come forward on the ball. Jota with the ball, giving the ball out to Colin. A little bit of 1-2 play. As you see, Jota does our man with a little bit of trickery. He takes the shot. It gets deflected into the path of Shea Adams, and a beautiful piece of passing play there. And honestly, if Shea Adams had tried to bend that one into the far post instead of the near, I think if he'd ran that little bit further and tried to bend it into the far post, it was a goal. but straight from the corner, they do get another chance as the ball comes out to the corner taker again. It gets a shot, and again, another player is again beating our man to the ball in the air, and it is Isaac Vazel that gets the goal to make it 2-1 after going 1-0 up. Again, we've done it. Again, we've gone in front and then ended up going behind after a couple of goals. Like I say, not the best defending for either of them. Olawoski, obviously not a centre back, so he is not going to be the best of aerial threats or anything like that. But at the end of the day, it has gone in the back of the net. Woodman, not a lot he could do about that shot. It was a very good header there from Isaac Vazel. He'd only literally just come on the pitch moments before, and literally moments after, I couldn't find the clip for it. He actually got injured just moments after this had happened. Literally got, I think he got his goal and literally went off. It was stupid. But we do come forward on an attack with Amiobi getting into the box. He tries to take on his man. He gets a good tackle off. But Voller takes the shot and he bends it, but not quite enough. And it goes over the bar and wide of the post. As you see here, he takes the shot and gets a little deflection off the defender. And it does take it past the post and out for a corner, which again, nothing comes of. But as they try and build out of the back, Tyrese Campbell takes the ball off his man. They try and get the ball clear. It only comes far as Olawoski gives it Luke Murphy. He passes the ball down the wing to McKenna, who gives it to Lowe. He finds himself in a bit of space. He lays the ball off back to Murphy. He tries to take on his men. He gives it to McKenna, who tries to give the ball across the box, and the defender gets in the way, and it goes behind for a corner, which nothing comes of. And that means that we do lose that game 2-1. And honestly, two very, very poor performances from us in the last two games in this episode. It really wasn't good enough. The first one, getting a draw out of a team that we really should be beating. And like I say, just not giving a good enough performance going forward or anything like that. Defensively, to be fair, with both games, it's been like a couple of mistakes that's conceded as the goals. But we haven't played too badly, I wouldn't say. But that is all for today's episode. And hopefully going into the next one, we'll get ourselves a couple of points more. But anyway, that is the end of today's episode, guys. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, please leave a like. Subscribe if you're new. And I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.